3 because I want to show you something. Here's the practice programs. There you go. That happened. So did that. Tyre wear. That was a tyre management one. In reality, it looks like it's going to be about 4% tyre wear for the race on the medium compound tyres. Fuel, ERS, qualifying did pretty well. It's going to be a wet qualifying though.
0.4 miles per hour.
That happened. That's the weather now. Sunny, clear, heavy rain for the start of qualifying, and this is practice 3. There are 2 hours between the end of practice 3 and the start of Q1. So, yeah, a lot of change. And speaking of change, we've changed a few things. So, ICE, I brought in a new ICE for this weekend. When I applied it, it said it was a 10-place grid penalty, and I wasn't really sure whether that was correct.
Put in a lot of hours getting the car ready for you this weekend. Let's repay them with a strong performance.
I thought it was only a 5-place penalty, so hey ho. But no, we've got that, and I realised, so we could have a 10-place penalty, yeah, but let's say we qualify best of the rest, 7th. We'll be down in 17th anyway. Right, okay, that is down in 17th without all the other penalties, which, yeah, maybe I shouldn't, but I figured, seeing as I've already got a 10-place penalty,
just want to remind
the
you
most
to keep an eye on your
efficient thing to do
tyre
would be
usage.
to also
We have to give 2 sets back at the end of this session, so they'll be unavailable for the rest of the weekend. We'll hand over the 2 most worn sets, so don't ruin tyres you might want to use later.
Even though I absolutely didn't need another gearbox, but I thought, yeah, why not? I've got a 65-place grid penalty. At least I know where I'm starting. I've done the qualifying pace. Somehow I'm actually fastest in the session, which I don't know if that'll last. I know people are doing times on medium, so we'll just go to the end of the session, see how things go. I'm really satisfied by the 25 flat that I did. Hold on, right. The 25 flat that I did in sector 1. Right, can someone please set a time on softs? Like, can one of the top drivers set a time on softs? Bottas. Wow, okay. Maybe. So, all through practice, it looked as though I was slower. Like, slower than Norris, like, noticeably slower. And then suddenly, this qualifying lap, wow. I mean, I'll be very happy if I get some sort of magical interview that's like, oh, do you want to praise a certain department? Yeah, I do.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top 3. The engineer, Hulkenberg and Lewis Hamilton. And that's it, practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
I'll do the 50, and then that was on, and then the gearbox is the 5. That's what the 5 place is. Okay. Interview, please. Also, I've decided that at the end of Q1, as long as the weather stays the same, which it might not.
Amazing performance
probably
out there.
won't stay the same.
I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Inters for
You put in a lot of time on the track today.
Dry for Q2.
Was there a reason for this?
Yeah, the power unit's pretty good.
You were flying in practice. Do you think you can carry this over to qualifying?
Yeah, so I'll praise the engine again.
Do you think that grid penalty was justified?
Oh my god. What? It's true.
Appreciate
like,
your time.
we broke the rules. Like, that is a true statement. I broke the rules by having new engine components. So yeah, I know it's capped at 20% reduction in cost for engine, or well, yeah, for engine and any other upgrades. Like for that department anyway. Yeah. So it's capped at 20% and capped at 10% reduction in failure likelihood. Ooh. So it is qualifying. Ooh, I think that's a 45-minute forecast. So divide that by 7 is about 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 6.5 minutes. Oh, so it looks like it might be still heavy rain. Right, worst case scenario, I go out in Q1 and still start at the back of the grid. Is it like Yas Marina? You mean like the long straight that... Huh. Weird. Also, something which I should point out. Oof. I'm ill. You might be able to tell, you might not. It's not great. Yeah, so I'm probably going to have to pause at some point. I mean, I just did. I muted the mic. Oh, so sorry. So, I'm going to have to mute the mic or pause the race at some point, multiple points to blow my nose and cough and shit. It's not ideal, but... fuck. That's the engine. It's a shame we can't put a 5th one in. It's utterly pointless, but, you know.
It's time for today's qualifying session to begin here in the United States. Welcome to the Circuit of the Americas. So, could be a tasty one today then, Ants. We've got all the ingredients, that's for sure. Treacherous conditions and ever-change one or two behind the pace setters who maybe, just maybe, fancy a bit of an upset after a good performance from them in free practice.
It has to be, of course. What is that circuit going to look like in 10 to 15 minutes from now? If you think the rain's going to get worse, then you have to be straight out when the lights go green to find whatever grip you can. But if it eases off, then you're better off waiting, saving the tyres and going out at the perfect moment. The other thing that comes with these conditions? Traffic and the litter that sitting in the spray. Constant problem, and accelerated drivers with ruined...
So, what? Fucking hell, man, that's not a good sign. Oh, my Xbox is feeling pretty toasty already.
We don't think you'll have any trouble getting into the next session, so don't push too hard.
Either way, we've got quali, heavy rain, not until the end of the session. Okay. And then it's going to be dry for the end of Q2. I'll see how high I can get, I guess. I'm not...
The heavy rain will pass in about 5 minutes. We'll then be working with light rain conditions.
Whee. What?
I'd take a set of intermediates in these unpredictable conditions.
Cheers, Jeff. I'm going for a race setup, I'm not changing anything. I've got 4 forewings, I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, it seemed to work alright, I guess. Sergio Perez fastest at the moment, and only at the moment. Whoa, that's a kick of oversteer. I'm not sure if the Alfa Romeo is going to actually get a lap on. I'm not sure. Actually, yeah. I'm going to be the second from last person to set a lap. So the track's going faster, and then Lewis Hamilton's going faster. It's, who knows? If I don't get through, then I don't really care.
Okay, there's 2 minutes left in this session and we're in the drop zone. We need a quick lap, or that's qualifying over for us.
I know how qualifying works, Jeff. That's me, John. That's me, John, anyway. Oh, excellent. So that just guarantees that we're starting at the back. Wow. I think I did probably go out when the track was dry. No, when it was too wet. So when it was like 6 seconds slower to be on the dries, that's when I should have gone out. Hey ho, that's qualifying over. Whoops. You know what I might do? Yeah, I might just sort of let my Xbox cool off a bit because it was going a bit right? But hey. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh dear. Oh no. Well, that's my rivalry over with Lando. Like there aren't enough sessions and points available, right? So unless I get podiums, and only if I get podiums will it work. Although on the plus side, literally just finishing the race tomorrow will mean I've beat Sergio Perez in that rivalry, you know, so that'll be pretty good. I don't even need to beat him, I just need to finish the race. And technically I don't even need to finish the race, like as long as I do qualifying in Brazil, I could not finish the race and just do qualifying in Brazil and I'll be fine. But obviously I'm going to finish the race. Resource points, what have we got? Oh, literally just Q1, whoops. Oh, well, that's a helpful boost. Do me a favour.
So, unfortunately, we've picked up some grid penalties, and we'll be starting further back than you expect.
Yep.
As for how bad it is, that'll depend on what the other drivers get.
I mean, there's only so much stuff I need to do to, like, just do a bit of preparation for race. Yeah, that's my contract. I reckon it'll be... Will it be renegotiated after Brazil, or will it be done after Abu Dhabi? It would make sense for Abu Dhabi. Even though it's like every 4 races, which would be Brazil. It should be Abu Dhabi. Oh, that's the progress history in case you want to look at it. Basically, I'm covering everything I possibly can think of now, so I can just go straight into the race for part 2. There you go. I think it's the first time I've done a part 1 and a part 2 since Formula 2. Right, so let's say in Singapore it would have my Xbox would have crashed on the first lap. At that point I would have done a part 1 and a part 2. It crashed with 1 lap to go, so it was a bit redundant. But hey. Yeah, I mean, so, just to be clear, my rivalry is over with Lando, essentially. So, there are 5 points available in the race, and then there are 7 available in the next 2 races. That adds up to 19, and yes, that is, you know, that's... There you go. But I have to... Right, if I drop more than 2 points, right? So, yeah, if I get less than 17, then I don't win the rivalry, and I don't know if it carries over to the next season. And to drop more than 2 points, if I beat Lando, get a faster lap than him in all 3 races, but don't finish on the podium, say I finish 4th for the next 3 races, including this one where I'm starting last, right? Undoubtedly starting last, unless Magnussen also has 65 place grid penalties, right? Unless that happens, if I finish 4th, still don't win the rivalry, still don't get the 250 points. So this one's just a sacrifice, really. If I want to do it, then I need a podium, categorically. And I need 3 points from this one. So penalty, finish race, and beating him or fastest lap. Then I need to out-qualify him and beat him in the race, getting a podium in Brazil and Abu Dhabi, which isn't going to happen. Brilliant. I'd say the most efficient thing to do is to hold off on these, even if I can do them before the end of the season, which actually I can't, I will be able to, I should be able to. No, I definitely will. But I'm not going to. I could do this at the end of the race, and it would be here in time for Abu Dhabi, but then what? What if it fails? The most efficient thing to do is to wait until the off-season, and realistic, might I add. Most realistic thing to do. Wait until the off-season, because I don't think it's possible for those things to fail. And then we are gonna shoot up the order. Wow. So in terms of the full package, including fuel and DRS, we might have the best engine on the grid. We might not, but we might. If I can, I'd also quite like to do just a minor one of those, you know? Or possibly one of these, yeah. Maybe not that, because that's increased price, it's just inefficient. But actually, wait. Yeah, I think, yeah, okay, excellent. Never mind. Yeah, so it's the same price because it's the same number of things. Oh, that's that. R&D in progress, nothing. Things that have happened, that. Standings. Oh, that is a genuinely interesting thing. Very tight at the top. Don't even discount Charles Leclerc at this stage. You know, 27 points. Can he gain that over 3 races? Yeah. If he wins the next 3 races, Hamilton finishes 3rd for the next 3 races. Charles still wins the championship. As long as Vettel doesn't also finish 2nd, you know, like, come on. You know, don't count out Bottas either. Personally, I am genuinely rooting for Hamilton. You know, like, genuinely, I am. I'm a Hamilton fan. There, I said it. And also, Mercedes, like, they have the best car. They have the best car. Also, I'm really, really excited for real F1. The Hamilton-Verstappen battling for the rest of the season. Yeah. Anyway, I've sort of rambled on for quite a bit now, so I'm going to call it a day. Thanks for watching, cheerio, have a nice, see you in part 2 for the race. Bye guys.